information from the same meeting?
Okay. I was there, although I left earlier because I had some other engagement before the completion of that meeting. But we had discussed about the reduction of fuel. And there are some negotiations that were in there where the members of the Matatu operators were saying that diesel should be reduced from 246 to at least by 30 shillings. And they were looking at options now. What option do you have? The government said we can only reduce it by 8 shillings. And where we'll get that money, we'll have to increase the cost of kerosene. But when you look at kerosene, I think the kerosene used in Kenya is about 5 million liters per month. So the subsidy that goes to kerosene is only 500 million, which is $500 million. When they bring this $500 million to caution the diesel, it is not enough. It was coming to only 1 point something shilling. So it could not reduce anything tangible. So they had to look for subsidy for the next month for around 2 billion. So when that 2 billion came, that is what cushioned it to around 8 shillings now. But the minister said, okay, let's go. We had a long negotiation, so they said, let's go and discuss, then we'll come back and at least say, give you an option. But as they were leaving, they said, okay, we have agreed on 2 parameters, but we'll come again and have another discussion. So I think, but when the CS came back, he said that we have agreed, and that's where some of the members were not okay with that, and they said, no, we didn't agree. We said we'll come back again. Although you have received your 10 shillings that you have reduced, we are happy with that, but we did not agree that everything is okay. We will have another day to discuss again and come up with a better solution. So that's what transpired yesterday.
One would ask the question then, if you look at those who are offering transport services in the Matatu sector, I remember that gentleman saying, we are not striking because we do not want to offer service. It's because we are fighting for Mwananchi, right? I just want to understand what is making it difficult. Just break it down, what it means to fuel your car and offer that service.
There was some calculation that were done by the owners of the Matatus. And when you look at the cost, it's true, everybody agreed that they are making losses. Because you find this guy with the current price, per day they have the cost of fuel on Matatu has increased by 6,000 shillings. So when they were doing their calculation, if you have a loan and all those things, you remain with 2,000 shillings as a profit at the end of the day. So this 200 you have to pay the makanga, you have to pay yourself, you have to pay other expenses, which was becoming very difficult for them. And that's why they were trying to negotiate. Okay, let's see how this diesel prices can come down to a lower margin. But the government was also on between a hard rock because they were saying this diesel, the prices has increased. It was around 600 per barrel, but now it is 1,000 plus per barrel. So you see, it has doubled. But in Kenya, also what they were trying to say is that if they were not cautioning Kenyans on this fuel through subsidy, then the 1 liter at the moment should be sold at 300 shillings plus. So, but through the caution, that's where it came to 246, because the barrel, they answered to Google last month, it was going at 600 USD. At the moment, it's going over 1,000 plus. So that is where the challenge is.
Do you think it's justifiable reasoning?
Logically,
that now that they're buying oil at $1,000 a barrel, and before it was $600 a barrel. So if they hadn't cushioned that, we would actually be in an even worse place plus. At 300. Does that make sense to you? Do you think that that's a justifiable reasoning?
Logically, with the open-minded, it makes sense.
Okay.
But when we look at the government now as a father, then sometimes it might not make sense to some people, because people want more from the government, want government to caution them. That's why they were saying, I remember a gentleman said that you have a baby and the baby is very hungry, then you have food, but this food you are to share between a baby with another person. So whom will you choose? And even Wazir said, I will first of all give my baby the food to eat. So it is, the government is finding it is between two different lines that are very heavy for them to carry.
I want to bring in Joseph. As Gipeda, as individuals who distribute petroleum in the country, I want to look at the taxes and how easy is it for you to do your business. Are taxes high for you to run your business? Is it the reason why today we see